this video, I will show you how we can use our materials and smart materials in our models. So let's just go ahead and first kind of talk about what we want to do for our model moving forward. I think I could follow the let's see, if I were to go by the reference, I could follow the proposed reference exactly how they wanted. Personally, I kind of would rather create my own version. I think that I think it'd be kind of fun to maybe make a soda machine. Kind of something a little more modern. With that being said, I'm going to show you guys how I can use use different smart materials, just to as a base for my final material. So I do know that I want to have some kind of a stainless steel or some kind of a metal base. I believe I'm going to want these kind of side panels to be metal, and the coin slots there, I want that to be metal. I think this window frame should be metal, as well as this base up here. So there are a number of items I want to keep metal, and I want to probably make the fan metal. Kind of that stainless steel look or something like that. So now if I go to my materials, there are plenty of interesting options. You have your iron shiny, your iron rough. You have your chainmail. So there are a lot of really great options to choose from. There's your smart materials, which will have your aluminum, brush worn, your chrome, copper worn. And so these are really great resources to use as well. Another resource I would like to note is that you can find resources online. So there's Substance Share, which has a lot of resources, whether it be a free resource or perhaps a resource that you pay a little bit for. ArtStation, you can buy resources from there. Sometimes they'll have free resources you can download. Textures.com is a really good one for some resources. That one you have to make an account, but you also can then access so many textures a day. They put you at a credit limit each day. So I'm just going to go through here, and I think I'm going to let's see. I think maybe I just want to go with this steel rust surface. So this is kind of beaten up steel. We'll see how this looks. So I'm looking at this. This might be a little bit too beaten up, which nice thing is we can make adjustments because this is a smart material. So if I look at this rust, this might be a little bit much. So I'm going to go to the mask. I'm going to start to make some adjustments here. Let's see. Okay. You kind of can tweak these adjustments. I'm not going to go too much detail. I really do encourage you to kind of explore this whole entire your options here. I think it's really good just to kind of try a bunch of things out. So and I know I can. Oh, then let's see. Alright. So I'm just going to kind of look this over, see if there's we have some scratches. Maybe I want the scratches to be a little bit less intense, so I can select the metal scratch mask, go to the fill editor there, And I'm just going to bump that down a bit. Maybe the contrast can be lowered. Scratch intensity. I don't want it to be look like it got right out of the lion's den. So I'm just bringing these kind of scratches down a bit, so it's, you know, considering the circumstances, it looks a little more like a general wear and tear on a machine, a machine that's been sitting for, you know, through the elements. So you know, you can make, you know, you can adjust your maps, you know, the size, the position. So if I'm over here, I can adjust where it's positioned. I can adjust how the scale of it, the rotation if you choose. Okay, so, and if I really want to, I can even adjust the color. If I want to make this red, you know, there are several options. Maybe I want to make this a little bit lighter, or maybe if I want the rust to be a little more of a little bit of a different color, I can go through here and let's see. But yeah, you can make adjustments. So, oops. You know, and these are things that are really kind of up to your creative freedom. And actually, this is a gradient, so I mean, I can make this a little more of a, as you see there, kind of more of a rust color, like so. Now I can do something really, you know, bright, but let's keep it pretty. You know, and kind of the trick to good texturing is, in my opinion, is just to simply keep it subtle. You know, you don't want everything to be 100% intensity, because then it just starts to look fake. Doesn't really look very authentic. So, I think subtlety is a key here when it comes to texturing. So I would encourage that you keep it pretty, you know, pretty simple, and nothing that's going to just demand your attention, unless that's what you want. If you want to demand attention, then fine. Okay, so now that I have that, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back to my layers property. I'm going to close this, and I think steel rust surface is a okay name. You can change it if you choose, but then I'm going to you know, so I close the smart material. So when you make a smart material, I forgot to mention is it will give you a folder, and inside this folder is all the elements that make up that material. So you can close that folder, and then you can just add black mask. And what I'm going to do is use that same method earlier. I'm going to add my black mask, go to my polygon fill, and then I'm going to start to select just some UV chunks. You know, I might want, I make sure that this is set to white. And I want that, and I encourage you to look at your reference to get an idea of what exactly you're looking for. Let's see, so I want this all to be, oops. Okay. You know, I want this here to be silver, or this kind of metal. And sometimes the program just takes a moment to catch up, so you might notice that you click something and it doesn't change until, you know, just a moment later. So, you know, be patient with that. Okay. And I'm going to select all of these items right here, like so. And then of course we will select our base. Okay. So one last thing I'll show you here is I'm going to select actually this whole piece like so. Okay. Now select that. And so for this, I would like to just paint these bolts here. So I could, if I wanted to, I could go through here and just drop a little dot right there, as you can see. And to make it easier to see, I'm going to just real quickly add a fill layer. And we'll make this fill layer, we'll just make it red. Okay, actually let's make something a little more the blue family. There you go. So it's gonna pop real well. And this actually helps us know what we missed. So I'm gonna paint these items that we missed. Okay. So there's a few things, and if I want to just paint these bolts here, I can't just click like that. I could potentially paint it, but this kind of can be consuming, and also it just doesn't look as nice. Also you can potentially be off a little bit, as you can see there. It just looks weird. So what I'm going to do here is I would like to just paint only these bolts with. I'm going to add a color selection. Let's see it. Okay, so now if I were to just select this pink color, which there you go. So I added that pink color, and now anything that is that pink color that we assigned earlier, that material, remember our high poly version we made, now will be painted with this mask, as you can see there. Okay. So it shows you how quickly you can generate textures for this model. So in the next video, we will go over, I'm going to go over some techniques for maybe if we want to paint inside this cooler. As you can see, as is right now, it's really hard to see inside the cooler. Also, I'm going to go over how we can create this opacity for the glass so that you can see through the glass as if it were, were a glass material. So that will be done in the next video.